Hey guys, welcome to this video. My name is Orion. I'm the founder of the GHL University, and in today's video we're going to be discussing how you can AI your way to $10,000 per month with GoHighLevel, right? In addition to that, in the next 60 to 90 minutes, I'm going to cover the 9 lessons that I learned that helped me personally add another $100,000 to my business by selling GoHighLevel and AI. And let me begin with this, right? I'm guessing you're a business owner, you're an agency owner, a consultant, coach, course creator, whatever, getting into GoHighLevel, and you're using GoHighLevel specifically to gain freedom, right, within your business. What type of freedom? Well, financial freedom, of course, to spend as much money as you want. FU money is what I like to call it. Time freedom to be able to travel where you want, when you want. Freedom to work with the best in the industry, right? So, these are a couple of cool people I've worked with. Freedom to spend time with your family, my beautiful family. Freedom to work on your body and get into tremendous shape, and the freedom to find love. Now, I'm not saying that GoHighLevel is going to help you do all those things. What I am saying is that GoHighLevel has done that for me, and that's the truth, right? GoHighLevel has honestly changed my life. It's helped me. I got engaged with my fiance of 5 years in September 2024. She's also my business partner, which is great. I live in London, a beautiful, really expensive flat in London, overseeing the River Thames. I book on average 200 plus appointments every single month with high quality leads and prospects. We made over 150K as a complete beginner selling AI to local business owners, not knowing a clue about marketing and sales, and to be able to do that was pretty fun. As well as we paid off my student loans as soon as I got out of university, and I also became a coach. GoHighLevel's changed my life. This is who I am. This is what I've done. We did, right now we're the founders of GHLU. We've also ran a done-for-you marketing agency. We had about 35 clients at our highest point selling AI and paid ads. I also have an academic background in a master's and a bachelor's in biomedical sciences, and we love GoHighLevel. That's another thing about me. We love GoHighLevel. We spent the last 3 years deep diving into GoHighLevel, working with some of the best in the industry, as you can see in these beautiful screenshots. And we've even had the chance to fly out to Dallas in October and meet extraordinary entrepreneurs, millionaires, billionaires, gazillionaires, you can name it. We even had the chance to meet the founders of GoHighLevel as well, which was extraordinary. And yeah, I love GoHighLevel. We love GoHighLevel so much, and we love learning it and understanding it and applying it. We even became an educational company, right? So that's what the GHL University does. It's essentially the university for you. It's, the agency, the coach consultant, teaching you how to use GoHighLevel to get clients, as well as once you do get clients onto GoHighLevel, teaching those clients how to use GoHighLevel to get clients, right? And one of the really cool things, I'm sure you've seen many of these coaches and courses and training programs that does that. One of the really cool things that we do is that we actually have the ability to white label our GoHighLevel training videos. So this is a handful of clients that we work with, and we've had a chance to AIify them, and they're licensing out our GoHighLevel training videos now. We use a combination of HeyGen and a lot of effort and a lot of time with our editors. And as you can see, we've done some pretty cool things as well. And our ultimate goal, right, is to build a real GoHighLevel university out in Kenya, which is where my fiance is from, to educate, these guys on how to use GoHighLevel in the digital marketing world and get those real life valuable skills that they can implement in the workforce that we see to this day. However, in order for yourself specifically to get to this point where what we've achieved and what many of our clients have achieved, there are a few problems that you encounter along the way, right? You encounter sort of mental frameworks to get clients, right? Not necessarily having the right habits or mental frameworks to get those clients. You don't know how to get clients, specifically with GoHighLevel. You don't know, or maybe you don't know how to get your clients. You don't know how to target a specific niche, right? You don't know how to create offers. You don't know what specific GoHighLevel features to sell. You don't know how to price your services. Does any of this ring a bell? Does anyone struggle with this? I struggled with this when I started, right? I didn't know how to sell clients at all. I didn't know how to get appointments at all, how to onboard clients. And that is exactly what we're going to be covering today. These are the 9 things that you're going to learn, or what I've seen after speaking to hundreds, if not thousands, of agency owners now over the last 3 years that will get you to be successful with GoHighLevel. Okay? Let's begin. So, the first thing, of course, I forgot to mention. We're also going to do a free giveaway, essentially. Going to give away a whole host of resources, my snapshots, some GoHighLevel training videos, some worksheets that we give to our paid clients. We're going to give to you as well. So stick around. Throughout this video, I'm going to explain how you can enter this giveaway and get these free trainings as well. So to begin with, right? These are sort of the 10 boring habits that I implemented that got me to $10,000 per month in my first year with GoHighLevel, right? None of this happened by luck. I spent countless of hours studying successful people, and I've implemented the proven habits that led me to the success and will lead me to, multi 6, 7, 8 figures months in the near future. And here's proof, right? This is an email that that covers. Let me get see. There you go. So this is an email that I sent out to ourselves back in 2023 of December, showcasing you not only the fact that we made $10,000, right, but we also had £10,000 in our bank account, so roughly $15,000. And this was while we were on the River Now's. We had appointments being booked in, we had sales calls being done. We literally were disconnected from the internet, and we made all that money without doing much of the selling or the appointment setting. Yeah, pretty nuts. So if you're ready, I'm going to share with you those exact habits that I use. So get a pen and paper, and let's go from there. So the first habit that I implemented that really helped with moving the needle forward is implementing a time management strategy that sort of stopped me from procrastinating. And this was to eat the frog, right? Eat the frog in the morning. What I mean by that is, if you eat a live frog first thing in the morning, nothing worse can happen for the rest of the day. In other words, tackle your hardest tasks first, the most unpleasant tasks first. If you handle the most difficult things first, right? Responding to emails, texting your friends, going on Instagram, they're not the hardest. You know what probably is the hardest? Doing cold calls, sending those cold DMs, having those uncomfortable conversations with clients who you don't like. You know what I mean? Like doing the hard work first, right? If you can do that, if you can set a positive tone for the rest of the day, it builds that momentum and allows you to feel a sense of accomplishment right from the start. Like if your goal is to lose weight, going to the gym first thing in the morning will probably set you up because you're eating the frog the first thing in the morning, right? So instead of tomorrow skipping the emails, instead of tomorrow morning, going through the emails, going through the social media, skip that, dive straight into your hardest thing on the to-do list. Don't delay it, don't procrastinate it, and get it done early on. Next thing, delaying dopamine, right? Start your day off, in my humble opinion, by removing all dopamine and, as we discussed earlier, doing the hardest things first. Let me explain what I mean. When you start your day by focusing on tasks that require effort and attention, rather than jumping straight into instant gratification of checking your phone or emails, you avoid those initial dopamine spikes, right? This is delayed gratification, and it's key to developing long-term focus and productivity. Here's why it works. When you avoid the quick hit of dopamine in the morning, your brain learns to work for long-term rewards. At the end of the day, after completing meaningful tasks, you'll reward it with that satisfying feeling of, like I actually did something, right? And you can reward yourself at the end of the day. These top entrepreneurs, right? They delay that even longer, not just end of day, but end of months, end of weeks, end of months, end of years, right? Before they see the result. It's ridiculous. If you can delay gratification, it not only builds both your productivity, but it also builds your mental resilience over time, right? Simplifying everything, right? One of the most underrated habits for success is simplicity. Simple scales, stupid fails is what one of my mentors said to me, and to this very day, I believe him, because anytime we try to overcomplicate something, it always fails. And GoHighLevel can get quite complicated. Trust me, yeah, it can get very complicated. That's why the most simple snapshots, the most simple automations, the most basic fundamental processes is what gets the most bang for your buck. Bro, based on the Pareto's rule, Pareto's law, right? 20% of your inputs equate to 80% of your output. It's going to be one or two of those features of high level, or one of those two things that you do in the day that gives you that result at the end of the month, end of the year, end of the decade. You get my point. When I intentionally switched to a more simplified life, I eliminated unnecessary distractions. I focused on the basics, eating well, working out with the same people at the same time, doing regular meetings with my team. You know what I mean? Like, I removed the noise. It allowed me to make better decisions that stay aligned with my goals. Truly, simplify everything. Saves you. Like, I only have select, I know these. When I get on calls with you guys, you all have tabs, or at least like 15 to 20 tabs open. Who has about 20 tabs open? Who's currently, scrolling on Instagram whilst listening to this video? Who's currently scrolling the comments? Right? Focus. Make it simple. Right now, you're committing to watching this. And one of the videos, one of the other habits I have is, I'll explain it a bit. But like, one of the things that I recommend is that you complete what you start. If you're going to commit to watching this video, then open it full screen, pay attention to me, click in, right? Focus. Because we struggle nowadays with focus. That's one of the habits that I implemented immediately and within, right? Like, I'm on the Go High Level page, guys. Like, I've done the things I've managed to do at the age that I'm at because I focused, because I removed distractions, because I moved away from distractions. And what I meant by that is both physically and mentally, I distanced myself from people, from environments, from relationships that were negative or distracting or chaotic to me. And this was hard, very, very hard, right? At one point I stopped speaking to my family for over a year because they just weren't supportive for the things that I wanted to do, which is fine. We're much better now, but you get my point. Creating that physical and mental space, support, like, from people that are negative, truly help support my growth, right? It was in that silence, in that quieter place that I could really focus on myself and focus on my own growth. And honestly, if you're able to do that, yeah, you'll do extraordinary things. Habit 5 is I removed the victim within me, right? I decided that, even though life sometimes is unfair and I would blame the world, like it's very easy to do that, right? It's easy to blame external circumstances for the situation that you're in, but if you wanted to grow, if you wanted to take the next step, if you wanted to become a better person, even though it wasn't necessarily my fault the way things panned out, is what I said to myself. Like, it was my responsibility to change that, right? So instead of seeing failure as failure, I saw it as a learning opportunity, right? It's not a permanent setback. It's just a roadblock in my victory story when I get to talk about it at the end of the year, when we're, making XYZ dollars or doing XYZ things with these types of people. I killed the victim inside me, and I took responsibility for my actions, and honestly, it's changed my life. So I'm just going to go over the next sort of 5 really quickly, because I kind of covered it in the first 5. But specifically, these 3 are butched together because they have synergy. What I mean by that is, let's begin with the first one, going MIA. So MIA means missing in action, meaning you are completely disconnected from the world. You remove all distractions. You delete. So I deleted my Instagram. I don't keep up with my social media. I don't know what my friends are doing. I don't know what my family are doing. I have removed it completely, and this disconnection, again, has removed a lot of noise in my head, unnecessary noise. I make a joke with my fiance, right? She has a huge CPU processing power within her brain. I don't. I can probably only focus on a few things at one time, and that's why I had to delete social media. That's why I had to remove a lot of shit from my environment. Like, I don't go to a coffee shop or a work from home office place, because I've curated my exact environment the way I want it for the most productivity, including my schedule, including my deliverables. Like, my environment is how I want it to be, and I've designed it that way, right? The plants, the things that are going up on my wall, the food that I eat, right? All of that has been designed for as much success as possible, right? We leave our phone outside our bedroom door so that we don't get distracted when we go to bed. We're not allowed phones in our bedroom, right? Because it's a distraction. and we can't sleep. And if we can't sleep, we can't wake up early, fresh, and ready to kill the day. And then last but not least, it's visualizing. So I'm going to share with you one of the most powerful visualizing tools that I've done, and that is creating, what do you call this? A vision board? Yeah, creating a vision board. Every single year, at the end of the year or the start of the year, we create a vision board. This is our business goals for our 2025 year. It's pretty ambitious, right? But this is, what it looks like. We picture ourselves actually achieving these goals, living the life that you visualize, feeling the sense of accomplishment. This mental rehearsal made the journey feel more tangible and inspired me to take the necessary steps. Maybe you don't achieve all these goals, but hey, maybe it takes a couple more years, but you've visualized it. You've put it down in writing. This is what you want. This is what I want. This is what we're going to get, or work towards at least. And here's the last three, right? Plus a bonus one. The last two plus a bonus one. Finish what you started. As I mentioned to you earlier, one of the biggest productivity killers is unfinished business. And what I mean by that is the energy it takes to keep a task in your mind without ever completing it is exhausting. We call these open loops, right? That can mentally drain you. Imagine this. You read a book, you are watching 3 TV shows, you have 5 clients that have unfinished business, you have a bad family relationship, you have a friend that you fell out with, you've got your fiance, you've got kids. These are all like open loops that eat away at your mental capacity and energy and time. So in order to build momentum and stay focused, for me personally, I've made a commitment to finish everything I started, whether it was a small task, a big task. I learned the power of completion. Completing tasks not only build the momentum, but also reinforce the ability to actually follow through and stay focused. How many of you, right, can say you are going to commit to something and actually commit to it, right? I read this quote, Hermozi quote, right? He says, AI isn't the reason that you're going to lose your job. It's more the fact that you can't show up on time or you can't follow through with what you say you're going to do. That's going to kill your job or kill your opportunities or kill. Yeah, exactly that. So follow through. Same thing applies here. If you're going to be watching this, you've already watched this far, stay to the end. Stick through it. It'll be worth it. Next, supportive spouse. Gosh, yeah. Success is rarely done. It's rarely a solo journey, guys. It's having a supportive partner, someone who believes in your vision and encourages you during tough times, right? It makes all the difference, truly. I've seen firsthand that the right partner doesn't offer just emotional support, but they can help you stay grounded, stay focused on your goals, and together, you can accomplish many extraordinary things. And last but not least, we have keeping yourself accountable, right? So I know there's all these there's all these habits. I'm sure you watch all these habits, but one second. Later, I'm busy. I'm recording now. So the last tip, the number 11, is to keep yourself accountable. Now, what I mean by that is, I'm sure you hear all the, woo-woo habits, like these are the things that you need to do, but you start them. It's just like a diet, right? You start the diet, but maybe you might not follow through. Life gets busy. You fall off track, and you don't actually accomplish the things that you set out to do, even though you said you would. Who's done that? I've done that. Put in the comments what you have tried but haven't had the chance to stick through with, because, yeah, here's the truth, right? I hear you loud and clear. Staying consistent isn't easy, but here's the truth. Here is the truth. Accountability is the key that kept me going. It is the consistency. Without it, I wouldn't have made it through all the rough patches that I had, right? Knowing that I had to wake up and that it didn't matter what I felt. It didn't matter where I was or what I had to do. I had to do the non-negotiables, whether it was outreach, whether it was sales calls, whether it was producing content like this. I had to be accountable to what I said I was going to do, because I'm going to follow through with what I said. I have someone, like a supportive spouse, that's keeping me accountable. And yeah, what really pushed me at first when I was starting out was the fact that I was running away from the fear of potentially doing a job that I hated, right? That's what most people run either towards pleasure or away from pain. And I was mainly running away from fear, because fear is a more motivating factor than pleasure itself. Money, great, fine, fame, status, cool. But the fear of doing something that I hated, right, that my parents were trying to push me towards, that I'm sure you're going through right now, like doing the things that you don't want to do. Yeah. It was honestly what changed everything for me, right? I knew I had a ticking time bomb, and not to say like you don't have a ticking time bomb. You can carry on doing the things that you're doing, especially if you're working at a 9 to 5. I've got friends working 9 to 5s, and they don't mind it. They're sort of at the medium state of comfort, where it's not too uncomfortable, but it's not too comfortable to change. Yeah. When I hit rock bottom, after university, being unemployed, I had no skills, I was lost, I was confused. I spent all my money. It was quite risky. About $5,000 US. It's all I had in my savings, right? Everything I had saved up on a course that would change the trajectory for my life. It was a huge risk. It was a huge gamble. But it became the push I needed to keep moving forward and follow through with what I said I would do. And this is how we end up here today. So those are the 10 habits that I use to hit $10,000 per month with GoHighLevel. Just by implementing those things, you become the person who can achieve those things. And I became that person. And now we're looking to, do 100K months, do $1 million months, and so forth. Next, we have the 6 psychological frameworks that helped me get 509 clients in the last 3 years, 2.5 years. Yeah. So over the next few years, I went through those ups and downs, moments when giving up seemed easier than pushing through. But here's the reality. Every challenge, every mistake, and every setback was an essential part of my growth. And those were the moments that forced me to dig deep and rise stronger, right? But it wasn't just surviving the hard times, get me, right? It was more about learning from them. It was about adopting the right framework, shifting my mindset, and then applying those lessons consistently. That's what truly made the difference. And that's how, against all odds, I went from nothing to landing 509 GoHighLevel clients in the last 2.5 years by doing this. And no, I'm no sales guru, right? I'm still learning every day to be a better person, a better sales rep, a better marketing lead generating person. But throughout my journey, I discovered these 6 psychological triggers and frameworks that completely transform my business. And if you're open to it, I'd love to share it with you. So let's begin. These are the 6 main psychological frameworks that help me go and turn strangers into clients. And let's begin with drive. So we all have this, by the way, these 6 things. We all have this. This is how we watch videos, we get sold to buy courses, buy training, buy coaching, buy anything. Right? We have a drive. It all begins with a drive. And the drive is mainly the core motivation behind why people even do anything, why they do what they do, right? It's the deep, often subconscious reason someone takes action. And if you want to convert someone into a client, you have to understand their drive. What are they truly after? What does their desire stem from? And how do you drive, how does that drive shape their goals? Without understanding it, you'll truly, you just won't get it. You will miss the mark. Next, you have the goal. So once you understand someone's drive, you get to their goals, their desired future state. This is sort of what they want to achieve. It could be their financial milestones, weight loss, or something as simple as having more free time. Understanding their goal helps you pinpoint the desired outcome that will motivate them to take action. But achieving a goal isn't easy, right? There are always obstacles, challenges, and problems to overcome, which leads us into the next pillar, their problem. What is their problem? This brings us to the problem, the challenge that stands between your prospect and their goal. And every prospect you encounter has these problems that need solving. And that problem could be anything from lacking of knowledge to fear to logistical issues. If you don't have a clear understanding of what the problem is, it's impossible to position yourself as that solution, the bridge, the gap. And with that problem comes pain, right? Problems don't just exist in a vacuum. They cause pain. Pain is the emotional discomfort, the frustration, the daily struggles that motivates people to even take action. If the pain isn't intense enough, they won't move. And to get someone to move, you need to amplify their pain. And this isn't about, creating false pain. It's about uncovering the emotional toil their problem is taking on their life. And pain drives people to seek change. So if you can tap into that pain, you will have their attention. Okay? Right? And number 5, action. People don't just wake up one day and think, okay, cool, decide to take action. It's a process. To get someone to take action, you need to guide them. You need to give them the right push at the right moment. And most people, when they experience pain, resist taking action because they don't know how or what to do. That's where you come in. You need to help them feel that now is the right time, and the right action is only taken when they are confident in their ability to solve the problem, which leads us to the final pillar, confidence. Confidence is the belief that you can solve their problem, that confidence in your ability to deliver, the confidence in the process you offer, and the confidence in the brand you deliver. And ultimately, the confidence in their own decision to choose you as a solution. If you don't inspire this confidence, all the drive, goals, pain won't lead to any action. People need to believe you can solve the problem, and they need to feel like you're the best option available. So in summary, right, these 6 things are required to acquire a client, converting a stranger into a customer. Drives create the goals create the problems create the pain create the action, and fundamentally, that action plus confidence, that pain plus confidence can boost your probability of a maybe client into a yes client, or a no client into a maybe into a yes. So pain and confidence are sort of the 2 main variables that you can change around. And in this next section, I'm going to be talking about the 5 pulls of pain, sort of the levers that you can pull to have that client unveil, sort of like removing that plaster and then adding salt into the wound and then pressing that, prodding the actual wound itself. How can we get this client into even more pain so that they can work with you to uncover the solution? Right? So, to transform a stranger into a client, there must be pain, and pain acts as a gauge for someone's suffering, revealing an unmet need or dissatisfaction in their life. Without this pain, there's no reason to act. But not all pain is equal, and understanding where to extract the pain is critical to converting that customer or that stranger into a committed client. Right? And I refer to these different sources of pain as pulls, each representing a different area where a potential client may feel discomfort. These are, 5 distinct pulls of pain that drive decision making. The first one is problems. Sorry, I just turned off the heater. It's really hot in here. So the first section is problems. Problems are the visible obstacles standing in the way of a goal, right? These are the tangible, known as, difficulty booking, just as an example, right? Difficulty booking appointments, or struggling with diets, or the inability to manage your time effectively. These are the issues people actively seek solutions for, right? Next, you have unmet needs. Now, these are more sort of the unconscious pains that people experience, right? It refers to a deep, often subconscious desire or drive that remains unfulfilled, right? These are not always the most obvious, but can manifest in a sense of lack of importance in such areas of life, such as love, status, belonging, or achievement. Great question to ask is, what's been missing in your life that you wish you could change? Big one. Next, we have the having what isn't wanted unconscious bias, in the sense that this pull involves living in a current situation that is uncomfortable or undesirable but hard to escape. It could be debt, it could be poor health, it could be loneliness, or even being stuck in a job that doesn't align with your personal values. What's the impact of your current solution on your happiness or long-term goals is a great question to ask about this specific pull of pain. 2 more, guys. The 4th one is wanting what isn't had. So this is also another more unconscious desire, where this desire is for something that they currently lack, they don't have. Could be financial success, could be physical transformation, could be meaningful relationships. Those tend to be the 3 pulls that can relate to this specific pull of pain. And these are often aspirations that feel just out of reach, leaving the person with a constant sense of wanting. Pretty powerful one. And then the last one, which is also a pretty powerful one and one of my favorites, is the consequences, right? The consequences are the fallout from any of the above pulls of pain. This is one I was in most pain with, because I knew that this includes the suffering caused by not addressing problems or unmet needs. And the consequences could be financial ruin, failing health, or missed opportunities, right? This is a good question as well to ask. If things continue as they are, what do you foresee happening in the future, right? If you keep doing what you're doing right now, do you think you'd be in the same position that you are 6, 12, 24 months down in the future? Oh, yeah, I do. Okay, so you should probably do something about that, right? And that is what personally pushed me to do something, right? And speaking of pushing you and your clients to do something, these were the main ways in which, so now that we uncovered pain, we're going to be discussing confidence, right? So as you can dig up pain, you can push a client to be, you can push a stranger to become a client in two ways. You can increase the pain or increase the confidence in that client with working with you, and these are the three main ways you can do it. You can do it firstly with existing clients, right? So testimonials, case studies, social proof, all of this works wonders for building trust. Second way is you. It's the person delivering the results. It's your confidence. It's the ability to deliver on your promises that will inspire confidence in them, right? If they feel like you're genuine, knowledgeable, trustworthy, they'll be more likely to trust you with their business, and your belief in your own ability to help is contagious. Blah. And then finally, it is your offer. The first pull is your offer itself. This is the best way you can build confidence within your clients. And this is where the magic really happens. If your product or service is positioned in such a way that it resonates deeply with their pain and offers a clear path to solving their problem, you've already got their attention, and the strength of your offer dictates the initial level of confidence a prospect has. Beautiful. So that's that. Those are the 10 habits that we discussed earlier. Those are the 6 psychological frameworks that helped me get 509 clients by improving, the 5 levels of pain, 5 levels of pains, and increasing the 3 levels of confidence. That's helped me easily sign, to 500 plus clients in the last 2.5 years. So yeah, implement them. Let me know your thoughts. And that leads us very nicely into the best niches to work with. Now that we've covered confidence, right? It's which is crucial in converting prospects into clients. Let's talk about the right niche and which niche you should go into, because choosing your niche plays a huge role in your confidence. If you're not confident in the niche that you've selected, it's hard to build trust with your clients. And a niche that aligns with your expertise and passion allow you to resonate with your audience's pain points and provide real solutions. Confidence in your niche will naturally shine through in your client interaction, and positioning you as an expert earns their trust. So let's dive into how to pick the best niche and the one that aligns with your strengths and the market needs. Okay, so here's a whole host of niches that I'd recommend, right? There's all sorts, from fashion, from tech, from personal development, from business and finance. There's a whole host. Okay, you can pick any one of them, right? In fact, I have a spreadsheet of over 4,000 niches that I can recommend for you. But honestly, if you want to hear my recommendation, right, finding the best niche, right, of course, is key to long-term success, but the way to find the best niche is through this specific Venn diagram, and we call it the natural niche Venn diagram. It's essentially combining your passions, not just that, but sort of the niche that aligns with your values and your expertise, your skills. So if you're skilled in a specific area of marketing or AI or SEO or anything related to GoHighLevel, how you would implement that. And then finally the proven market demand of that niche. So just do some reflection into that. We, in fact, as I discussed with you earlier, have a series of giveaways, one of them specifically being the niche research worksheet that has a checklist of recommended questions that need to be answered when you go through your niche, as well as this over here, which was what I used specifically when we were selling AI to med spas, breaking down the type of clients, the client avatar that we worked with. So that'll be linked in the description. I'll cover it in the next coming slides. But the cornerstone of success, right, for your niche is to find one that you can stick with, right? It's one that you can stick with. And I use this image again because I had a similar story. I was juggling between jobs, juggling between commitments from work, juggling between different price points. Like, I was juggling a lot. So I said to my girlfriend of 5 years in September, like, cool, I want to commit to just one model, the GHL University, which was the one model, one pricing model, and you. And to show that I can commit, I want to propose to you. And of course, there's a multitude of other reasons why I did it, but that was one of them. And truly, like, over the last, months of running and years of running this GHL University, we've made more money, we've made we've had more clients, we've made more money, we've experienced more joy in the last couple months of running GHLU as opposed to the last 2 years of running this the AI marketing agency that we had. So the answer for commitment is, one of the biggest mistakes people make is that they jump from idea to idea, allowing enough time. Like they don't allow enough time for any they don't allow enough time for you to truly understand the niche, truly figure out what gains traction. Instead of waiting for the perfect niche to commit, commit to one and give it time to grow and evolve. The worst niche that you can go into, right, truly, is the one that you abandon. It's the one that you abandon, right? The worst niche is the one that you abandon. Persistence and ongoing learning are essential to success. If after 1 to 2 years you're still not seeing results, fine, then it might be time to pivot. But until then, focus on consistency and learning through the journey. All right, as I mentioned to you, we have the niche selection checklist worksheet. It'll be a link in the description, as well as the market research. I've built one out as an example. Feel free to copy it and put your own spin on it as well. So there you go. Perfect. Now that we've discussed the habits, the frameworks, and the niches to go into, let's combine all of that information and understanding into building a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful offer. Now, I'm sure you have, we're not building offers, guys. Apologies. I need to switch this around. We're talking about profitable GoHighLevel features. Apologies. So instead of niches, so we discussed habits, psychological frameworks, niches, and then now we're going to get into what are the features in GoHighLevel that you should be looking into selling. And just as a quick repeat, right? Let's explore the core deliverables of this platform, right? At its core, high level, GoHighLevel helps you deliver in 3 key main areas, plus one more. It helps you capture, nurture, and close leads and clients and prospects. And it also helps you do that, increasing the lifetime value of the client and getting repeat clients in, essentially. So this is what it can do. It can capture, it can nurture, it can close, and it can repeat, increasing the lifetime value of clients, right? So raising awareness, this is the first one. It's capturing people's attention, attracting and engaging them through paid ads, social media content, outbound DMs and cold calls, etc., etc. This is ways in which you can capture attention. By the way, speaking of capturing attention, I'm just going to go into a little bit more about what the GHL Masterclass giveaway looks like. So in the description, in the link, this is a sort of a Word doc going over what it is that we can do for you, and a little bit more about our GoHighLevel University giveaway. So we're looking for 30 people who are open to upgrading to our next GoHighLevel SaaS, and we're looking to give away everything that we mentioned over here, right? The full GHL University package, a 6 months blueprint, our grey label training videos, our snapshots, our coaching sessions, and bonuses, scripts, and templates to help you convert and close more clients for yourself, and utilize our resources to obviously get them set up with it as well. We do that in this is sort of how you can enter the giveaway. It includes these 3 steps, so feel free to follow through with that, as well as if you have any questions, just message me out on Facebook and I'll feel free to answer your questions. And lastly, this is the giveaway. So take a look at the link in the description. We have our snapshots, our grey label training videos over here so that they can get step-by-step guidance on what they need to do to get set up with the software, as well as the worksheets that I mentioned in the video. So pretty cool. Next in this training is nurturing, so building relationships, right? We want to turn those leads, those contacts, and those interested prospects into relationships, and then we also want to convert those leads into revenue. And last but not least, one that's not as touched upon is the repeat purchases, right? So the cycle doesn't end with just a single transaction. GoHighLevel helps businesses increase lifetime value through repeat purchases, reviews, referrals, and so forth. Now, here are the, as mentioned before, the 12 GoHighLevel features that I recommend you take a look at and implement as a service delivery mechanism. First things first is awareness, right? So Ways in which you can do that is through database reactivation, lead generation, funnels and website creations, AI marketing and automations. Ways in which you can implement nurturing is through appointment setting, content scheduling, email and SMS nurturing. You can add AI into that as well as calling and recordings to try and follow up with leads to book them in for appointments over here. Call recordings is a cool one that doesn't get mentioned a lot. Pretty good tool if you run a sales team. Closing, so contacts and notes sections. When you close deals, you want to make sure you have a record about the client. Pipeline management, reporting and analytics, payments and contracts. And last but not least, this is sort of the plus 4 things that aren't mentioned is the appointment reminders, Yext and reviews, memberships and upsells, and referrals and affiliates. So if I was getting started with GoHighLevel and I was a beginner, this is sort of the service delivery models that I would implement. Those are the features of GoHighLevel, the most profitable features of GoHighLevel that I've seen people implement. These are the models in which I would do to deliver the results of a client. And it begins with this. Probably the most easiest one is SWAS, right? SWAS is selling a service with a software, right? So you can sell a high ticket one-time fee of between $1,000 to $10,000. I've seen people sell even more to build websites or set up specific systems, and then afterwards you charge a low ticket monthly retainer to carry on ongoing services. Social media marketing agencies, so these are typically clients who do SEO, content, paid ads with appointment setting, paid ads with appointment settings, plus making sure they show, or plus AI. You can combine a whole host of features in here. But marketing agencies, they help, there you go, get you more clients, ultimately. I've seen people charge anywhere, monthly retainers, all the way to high ticket one-time payments, or you can even do it at a lower ticket SaaS model where you sell just the systems and the software, and you don't do much of the implementation and much of the work. You just give them an onboarding and support services to do that. Next, we have AIAA. So AIAA is AI-powered marketing services. AI has been huge over the last few years since it launched basically to the public, combining both AI chatbots, AI voice, inbound, outbound AI funnels, AI websites. This is a huge and awesome feature that you can implement. Coaching, coaching businesses that help provide one-on-one. This is a great way for you to help other coaches get clients with GoHighLevel. Right? I've seen people charge ridiculous prices for this, as well as low ticket prices. Coaching and consulting can also include info-based products that you can add on as an additional service as well. Cool. Intermediate delivery models for GoHighLevel clients. So if you're fairly confident you've done some of those models and you're ready to upgrade, then I would recommend these ones. So this one specifically being the info product growth agency, where you help info-based businesses grow using paid ads and social media and content. Pretty good. You can make a lot of money with that. This one over here, influencer-driven marketing, right? So you can work with influencers to try and help monetize their businesses using GoHighLevel, selling the software or selling products using GoHighLevel. Speaking of products, right? The more advanced side of things is e-commerce, right? So helping either implementing it for your own e-com store or helping helping e-commerce businesses improve their conversion rates through stuff like automation or paid ads or CRM management. Like there's a whole host of tools that you can implement here. And then last but not least, the affiliate tracking side of things. So tracking sales with automations using GoHighLevel's affiliate systems, where you can either become an affiliate yourself or you can use their affiliate systems to do so. Awesome. So now that we've covered profitable GoHighLevel features, we know the frameworks to get clients, we know which niche to get into, and we have the sort of 10 habits to lead us to that 10K per month in success. We're now going to package it all together to create a $100 million GoHighLevel offer. We're now going to package it up together to create the best pricing for God. It's like I didn't even make this presentation, guys. Sorry. So we're actually going to be talking about pricing models and the best pricing models to start up with. So with pricing models, right, I've sort of the most basic and generic one is retainers. It's the simplest. It's easy. You don't have to think too much about it. However, there is a con, right? I'm sure many businesses that you work with as an agency, coach, consultant, or even clients, right? Local business clients, they might have paid thousands or hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of dollars to other businesses that didn't deliver the results, and they paid a hefty retainer fee for them to do so. And if you choose this model, make sure your service is exceptional, right? And be prepared to rebuild trust, as it can be tough to convince clients once they've been burned to carry on paying your monthly retainer, right? So, yeah. Next is pay per lead. So this model charges clients per lead generated. It's very simple, right? But many business owners understand that not all leads are equal. And I'm sure you've had clients who say, oh, these leads suck. They're not good. They're of low quality. So to overcome this, position yourself as someone who can deliver qualified leads. However, leads still aren't great. Like, if you can deliver a higher value service, you can position yourself as the go-to authority, and people are more likely to pay you more. So if you can do this, pay per appointment, right? Aligning your incentives with the client, right? So anytime your client gets an appointment, you can charge them a specific amount per appointment. Now, you'll need a solid system for this, right? You'll probably need employees to call the leads. You'll probably need AI to implement a follow-up system to do so. And at scale, this needs to be robust, right? So if you're struggling with this aspect, look into tools like GoHighLevel specifically to help with that automated follow-up reminders to get clients over the line and booked in for appointments. Pay per show. This model takes things a little further, right? Instead of charging people per lead or per appointment, you charge for appointments that actually show up, right? It's one of the best models in terms of aligning incentives, but it's also one of the most difficult ones to track. So if you have a foolproof method to monitor attendance, this model may be a massive value driver for both your clients and both your clients and both yourself, because you can make the more shows you get, the more money you get, the more money your clients get. And then last but not least, revenue shares, right? So they only pay for results that you get them. This is huge, right? This is probably the most attractive offer and pricing model for your clients, right? They only pay when they see results, but for agencies, it's probably one of the least favorable models, right? Tracking revenue for lead generation clients is pretty impossible without access to their CRM and payment provider. So there is risk, right? And people can inflate their numbers and hide their sales to not pay you more. So while this model seems appealing, the logistics may make it quite a tough one to execute without strong systems in place and trust. Number 6, it's the setup fee and results. So this is more of a hybrid model from the one that we discussed earlier, right? It combines the consistency of a setup fee with the performance-driven nature of pay per results. So in this model, you charge an upfront setup fee to cover the initial work and then continue with a performance-based fee for the following months. This structure ensures steady cash flow for your business whilst keeping you and your clients aligned on results. It offers the best of both worlds, predictable income for you and a performance incentive for your clients. And last but not least, paid and free trials. This is the one that you should avoid, although it's the one that many beginners start with. Offering a free trial might be tempting, but it can also lead to a client who's not really committed, right? Who's not going to take you seriously. Without an upfront financial stake, they're less likely to take you seriously, and your reputation may suffer as a result. So clients are more likely to value your work if there's a clear exchange of value. So opting for a pay per result structure is a much better route than offering free trials. Please, not worth it. And if it's going to be a free trial, try and get it paid or based on based on them getting a result out of it. It's not worth it. And in addition to that, out of those 7 sort of payment cycles, this is something that I highly recommend you do: to never work with a client without any sort of financial commitment upfront, right? Please, even if it's just a small deposit or a retainer or just some form of payment, ensures that both you and the client are committed to the process, right? You're offering services on the promise of future payments, which leaves you vulnerable to getting burned. Always make sure the client is financially invested from day one. Sure, right? Like, whatever it is, have a contract in place. So in case they do, if they do dispute your payments, at least you have a contract in place, so that you can prove it have it as proof for Stripe. Cool. And lastly, if you're new, right, it's easy to fall into the trap. I get this question a lot, right? Like, it's, what price should I charge my services? My best answer for that is the best price to charge is the one that you have the most conviction in selling. If you don't believe in your price, you won't sell it. Start with a price that you feel comfortable with, gain experience, and gradually increase your rates as you build your reputation and start delivering real value. The key is to charge what feels right for you and your service, and never sell something you don't fully believe in. And then last but not least, speaking of money and making money, there's this phrase that I gets flung around a lot. Reinvesting in your business. Put everything back into your business. I wouldn't do that, personally speaking. So when we were selling AI, we made 6 figures, nearly 7, 6 figures with it, not 7. That's with this business. We reinvested a lot of money into this. AI clinics business, selling AI to local businesses. And it was not great because every dollar we got in, we spent, basically. Meaning, our business wasn't making much profits. A good business, a really good SaaS or whatever service delivery model or way in which you're going to deliver results for your clients should be spitting out profits, right? And it's essential to build a good financial foundation that balances growth with profitability, and that is why we started reading this book called Profit First, and that made us split our revenue into 4 buckets. 20% for taxes, 30% for profits, 20% for owner's compensation, and 30% for business operations. It's crucial you pay yourself first and keep profits top of mind from the beginning to avoid the burnout and disappointment many businesses experience early on. Perfect. All right. Now we've covered profitability, GoHighLevel features, ways in which we can price our GoHighLevel services for maximum profits. Now we're going to combine everything we discussed earlier to create that $100 million GoHighLevel offer. Let's begin. So, I'm sure you've heard of this before. This is the Alex Hermozi offer equation that teaches you how to create $100 million offers. Now, we're going to make this specifically for GoHighLevel businesses, right? Or people using GoHighLevel. So, as illustrated in this diagram, there are 4 key drivers of value that determines how customers perceive your offer. 2 of those drivers, found at the top, should be enhanced, whilst the other 2 at the bottom need to be minimized, right? So, dream outcome, likelihood of achievement need to go up, whilst time delay and effort and sacrifice need to go down for it to become a valuable service or offer. This equation helps businesses craft irresistible offers by maximizing perceived benefits and minimizing friction. Very nice. So, as I discussed, these are the 4 key drivers of value, and let's get into them. First thing first, dream outcome, right? This is your chance to paint a vivid picture of the future for your clients when they work with you. What are they going to get? It's not just about results. It's about a transformation. Show them what their business or life will look like after they work with you, whether it's increasing sales, reducing headaches, or making their processes completely automated. Make them feel that transition. Next, it is the perceived likelihood of working with you, perceived likelihood of achievement, right? Would you rather, if you're going for a surgery, work with the new doctor or the more experienced doctor that's done that surgery for 20 years and 2,000 times? Probably the more experienced doctor. And guess what? He'll charge a lot more. Clients don't buy based on hope. They buy based on proof. And you can't just hope that your offer works. You need to prove it. This is where your testimonials, case studies, and data-driven results come into play, right? With GoHighLevel, you can showcase that, of course, with real-time tracking to make it easy to present undeniable proof for your success. Then, of course, there's how soon will I see those results? So you can have the dream outcome, get this amount in X amount of days or your money back. You're going to be working with someone who's done it a gazillion times for a gazillion clients. Okay, cool. The most important things now is that clients want results, not just like today and now, but they actually wanted it yesterday. The longer they have to wait, the more uncertainty that they begin to feel. Your offer needs to be, have a clear timeline, whether it's 30, 60, 600 days, right? Whatever makes sense for your business. But you must set the expectation for how quickly they'll see that change. And then finally, there is the effort and sacrifice. what will they have to do? What will I have to do to get that result? Clients are busy. People are busy, right? The less effort they have to put in, the more valuable your offer becomes. This is where GoHighLevel's, ability to automate and use AI comes into play, right? You're more likely to go with something that requires less effort, right? You can either be meditate, which might work, or you can, take a pill that gets you into that meditative state. The effort and sacrifice is significantly less than meditation itself. So, yeah. As I mentioned to you guys before, in these worksheets, or in this in this free GoHighLevel giveaway, we're going to give away marketing strategies, so a worksheet that helps build your $100 million marketing asset, right? So how to build that, your long form, your strategy, your pitch, as well as how to create your offer all the way from step 1 to step 10. So it's in the description. Take a look at it. It covers everything that you'll need to build a $100 million offer. Fantastic. All right. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we get into the fun part. Now that we've built our foundations up, our mental frameworks, our psychological frameworks of getting clients, the niche that we want to get into, figured out the most profitable features of high level, figured out the best price to price our services, and figured out an offer that we can then go to market. Now we can start getting clients. And the best way, the funniest way probably, of getting clients is through the AI Underpants method, right? This is a sales script, a conversion mechanism, a way in which you can sell clients using the AI Underpants method. And I made a YouTube video on this, so if you want a little more information, this YouTube video will be in the links in the description. But essentially, we want to go in as a Trojan horse, right? And the Trojan horse, for those who don't understand, you essentially want to go in, pretend to be, not pretend, like you don't want to be anything vicious, pretend that, how do you say it? So basically what the Trojans did, what they did is when there was a battle going on, these knights got into that horse, pretended that this was a gift, right, to the client or to the enemy. They basically invited themselves into the enemy. They got through the front gates, got in, and then once they're in, at the middle of the night, when the person or the enemy wasn't aware, they escaped through the horse, unlocked the gates to the kingdom, and all the enemies or all the soldiers came rushing in and invaded the castle. What I mean by this is, for client acquisition, instead of jumping straight into a hard pitch and say, hey, this is the service I offer, are you interested? You offer something small and non-threatening to break the ice and start the conversation. This approach shifts the power dynamic. It makes the client feel in control. They're in control, while also positioning you as a helpful expert, building reciprocity. Ways we did that is by, asking permission first. So if I were to cold call or cold DM you, or potential prospect or potential client, you let them know first. When I was cold calling, right, I'd always say, my first line would be, hey, Mary, or hey, Susan, this is a cold call. Can you give me 15 seconds? And I can tell you how we can help. If not, no worries. This made them curious. This made them interested. They were in control. I asked permission. And fundamentally, it gave me way more opportunity to speak to clients than it did going straight in with the blah, 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 blah pitch. So once you get those clients in through the door, you book them in. I'll discuss later about how to build those systems to get more consistent bookings. We then go into the sales. Now, we did this thing where we implemented something called the AI Underpants method. What I meant by that is, once you get them on, once you get a booking, once you get them scheduled for a Zoom meeting, the next step is to implement the AI Underpants method, whereby you send them a DM. So send your prospect or client, your ideal client, this is a med spa client, a DM saying, hey, I'm interested in your services, right, and that you wanted to book an appointment. Now, by doing so 5 to 10 minutes before the call, you can get into the actual sales call, start talking about AI or GoHighLevel if you were selling AI or GoHighLevel, and you essentially ask them, how fast does their team respond to leads? Because as you both know, me and you and everyone knows, there's a 391% increase in lead conversion when they responded within the minute. And they typically say, I respond quite quickly. Our team responds as soon as a message comes through. And then you switch over to the Instagram page that says, hey, actually that isn't the case. Your clients, this was, messaged 20 minutes ago before the call. And as you can see, no one has responded. This pulls their underpants down, shocks them, and allows you to address their concern. It's their word against the facts. They see that there's a natural gap in their lead nurturing processes, and you can start going into how GoHighLevel AI automations can resolve that for them, right? The rest of your pitch, essentially. So by now they'll see the value, they'll see the problem, they'll feel the pain, right? And they'll be more open to hearing how you can help them solve this problem. This is we made a lot of money by pulling their underpants down and making their mouth gape open, essentially. So that's that. In addition to that, if you wanted to add steroids and flames to this method, you could do something called the free cookie method. Now, what I mean by that is, especially when you're doing your outbound, your dials, your emails, your texts, or your calls, I would suggest giving stuff away for free. Now, this method requires a lot of effort and capital and things to begin with. To start with, you must have something of value to give away for free in the first place. But by offering something of value upfront with no strings attached, the prospect is more likely to further engage with you, right? You build reciprocity. For instance, we give away 20 free AI-generated training videos, as well as, this is what the free 20 AI-generated training videos that can get clients educated on how GoHighLevel works, as well as all these videos, right? Snapshots, AI-generated training videos, these articles to build trust and to build reciprocity with you guys. With our Facebook ad campaigns, we currently have like a 7x return on ad spend right now, even though I give something away for free. How does that work? How does that make sense? Well, I'll get into more of that in the next section, which talks about how our proven AI systems book us at least 200 plus appointments every single month. So now you understand the AI Underpants framework plus the free cookie methods. I'm going to go more in depth into how we do that, how we book those appointments for ourselves and our closers. Now I'm just going to go into this script. There you go. So you can, this is what I'm reading off right now, guys. But you can see this is our data from January. We invested about 1.7K into ads and we made back 12K. So yeah, that's our numbers. So not bad. Anyways, next we're going to be talking about the 8 the proven AI systems to get me consistent bookings every single month, 200 plus. Now, this is a screenshot of how we performed in February. So we booked over 217 appointments with 191 of them confirming. I don't have show rates on here. I don't know why we don't have it on here, but you can see that we booked that number of appointments in about 2 months. In about 4 weeks of February. Pretty cool. So building these systems to get you those reliable 200 plus appointments every single month, predictably and reliably, was very tough. And we had to implement something called systems thinking into doing so. And this is just a brief overview of what it looks like, right? So systems, right, in its simplest form, is a collection of processes designed to take inputs, so raw materials, and convert them into outputs, which is results. For us specifically, to build this appointment setting system is, complete strangers on the internet through a conversion process, right? A series of SOPs and instructions and step-by-step guides into appointments and show rates and closes. Now, systems are everywhere, right? There's your body, there's your nervous system, there is solar systems, there's systems everywhere. But in this case, we'll focus specifically on client acquisition, right? A perfect example of a well-oiled machine that efficiently transformed leads into paying clients. Okay, so why this specific meme? Well, I'm going to use inputs for. First of all, inputs are what feeds the system. In client acquisition, these could be leads, potential clients that enter your funnel through ads, social media, email campaigns, just like any other systems, right? Healthy systems rely on feedback loops where outputs provide valuable insights, and this feedback loops helps you refine inputs and processes for better results. In client acquisition, feedback often comes in the form of metrics, giving you the chance to tweak your strategy, optimize your approach for future success. So let me give you an analogy. The respiratory system, how we breathe, right? The respiratory system is a great way to understand how systems work, specifically for client acquisition. So let's compare it to client acquisition, right? The respiratory system is responsible for bringing in oxygen into your body while removing carbon dioxide, right? So with we like to call this macro systems, where when you breathe, right, breathe in oxygen, there's three main steps. Inhalation, breathing in the oxygen. Oxygen transfer, which is how oxygen passes the air, how the air passes into the bloodstream, which then get transported in throughout the body. And then there's exhalation. So breathing out waste and carbon dioxide. Now, in that macro system, there are microsystems that occur. So, for instance, when you breathe in, there are three main steps the three main steps that involve breathing in, right? There's taking the breath, right? Where the process starts when the body signals the need for air. When you're underwater, your mind starts, telling you that you need air. You go up for air. Specifically, you go up to breathe in air, right? So that could be for client acquisition, like running Facebook targeted ads to generate leads, just like the body's first signal to take a breath. It captures attention and sparks the prospect's curiosity and interest. Next, you have inputs, right? So air enters through the nose or mouth, traveling down the trachea and into the lungs. Similarly, in client acquisition, potential clients enter the system through your lead generation channels, right? So once they click on the ad, they could fill in their information, and then there could be a series of, not even filling in their information. They just click on the ad. They're interested. Next, you have the nasal filters and humidification processes, right? So the nasal passages filter out dust and pathogens and warm or humidify the air. And warm or humidify the air before it reaches the lung. Okay, cool. Similarly, leads you gather need to be filtered and nurtured. These leads are still unqualified and need proper engagement before they are ready to convert. Then you have the lung expansion. So the diaphragm contracts, expanding the lungs, filling the alveoli with air. So this is similar to nurturing your leads, engaging with them with either content or emails or resources to build rapport. That's just breathing in. Then there's the once they're in, now you have the nurturing process. So nurturing these leads into qualified prospects. And the way we do that through these micro actions include diffusion, right? So once they enter the lungs, the alveoli, oxygen diffuses into their blood. And this could be similar to leads from being prospects to potential clients by nurturing them through follow-ups and personalized content. You have the carbon dioxide transfer, right? So at the same time, carbon dioxide, which is a waste product, diffuses out of the blood into the alveoli to be expelled later. Similarly, leads who aren't a good fit or not qualified or not interested in purchasing need to be filtered out to ensure only the best prospects continue through the funnel. Then you have the binding of hemoglobin. So oxygen binds with hemoglobin to be transported throughout the body. In client acquisition specifically, the nurturing processes allows leads to make a commitment or decision to moving forward with your offer by maybe watching a VSL or scheduling a call, right? It binds their interest with a deeper commitment to the conversation. And then last but not least, there's the blood circulation, right? So this is the action. Heart pumps the oxygenated blood throughout the body. Similarly, once your leads are engaged and nurtured, they are guided through the next steps, whether it's scheduling a consultation, receiving an offer, or being presented with more information. Lastly, you have exhalation with this meme. The micro actions involved with converting leads into paying clients include diaphragm relaxation, right? So when your diaphragm relaxes and air is expelled from the lungs, this step mirrors your final push to convert the qualified prospect into paying clients. After nurturing and engaging, it's time to ask for the sale. right? Once the air travels through the trachea and it's expelled from the body, in client acquisition, the final action is the conversion of your lead, right? So the prospect books a call, listens to your pitch, and ultimately is ready to buy. And the last step, when the expulsion of waste happens, so carbon dioxide leaves your body, this is basically your lead saying, leads who aren't a good fit, who aren't your ideal client profile, are removed from the process, leaving you with only the highest quality prospects to nurture and convert and close. Just like the respiratory system depends on a series of micro actions to ensure oxygen is delivered efficiently, client acquisition is a series of micro actions that guide a potential client through the funnel, right? Each micro action builds on the last, driving the lead towards macro actions of becoming a paying client. For instance, right, these are the 6 micro systems that build the macro system of client acquisition. You have, let's break it down. This is a 25-step list of getting clients for paid ads specifically, Facebook ads. There is the clicking of the ad. There is the watching of the ad. There's reading the call to action. There's clicking the call to action, right? Then you leave the page to go onto a landing page, which has your, headline. After you click the button to continue, you fill in your information. You click the button to submit your information. You watch the video sales letter. You click a button to schedule a call. You select a time for the demo. You provide qualifying information. You watch interviews or testimonials. You show up to the call. You agree to the agenda. You answer questions. You listen to the pitch. You ask more questions back. You then raise objections. You listen to the rebuttals. You're being convinced. You're getting convinced to sign up, right? You make a decision. You click the link to pay. You fill in your payment information, and then you press the button to confirm the purchase. That's the complete step-by-step journey from turning a lead to a client. And this is a little bit more depth of what it looks like specifically for us on how we turn something that we give away for free to a 7x return on ad spend, right? We have clients who click on our ad, fill in the information. We have leads and then our team then gets notified. We have commission-based appointment setters that call the lead, follow up with them multiple times, get them booked in for a call, and have them show. Then, right? And bear in mind, it doesn't mean every single client, every single person that's interested will become a client. Specifically, in January, we had about 365 leads. 109 of them booked into a call, 76 of them showed, and 22 of them became clients. This is what we call our conversion rates, right? So, yeah. And of course, conversion rates aren't always 100%. In any system, whether it's client acquisition, manufacturing, or data processing, understanding concepts like throughput, yield, bottlenecks, and latency is essential to optimizing performance and achieving success. Throughput refers to the overall flow of value through a system, right? It's the number of leads, appointments, or ultimately clients that pass through your pipeline. Higher throughput means more value is being delivered by your system, whether that's more appointments, bookings, or clients closed, right? Yield is the output of that system, the actual results of the system's activities. In client acquisition, that would be final clients who convert from leads to paying customers. Yield is the product of your effort, the end game. It's what you get. It's the gold, right? It's the raw material into the final product, right? Bottlenecks. So bottlenecks are the points in systems where things start to slow down. They choke the points where progress stalls and value is no longer flowing smoothly through the pipeline. Identifying and addressing bottlenecks is crucial because they limit throughput and ultimately reduce yield. And then last but not least, there's latency. So latency refers to the delay between inputs and outputs, and it's the time it takes for an action or decision to have a measurable effect on the system. In client acquisition systems, latency could be the time between when a lead opts in and when they are contacted, or the time between a scheduled call and the client actually showing up. Reducing latency ensures that the prospects aren't left waiting and the system operates more effectively. Woo! Goodness. So, hope that gives you a clear understanding of building client acquisition systems, at least what it looks like to build it. It's not just like, I don't have clients. Okay, cool. What are your bottlenecks? Why aren't you getting the yield that you want? Do you have enough volume that's being put in? Do you have enough value throwing through here? Right? And are you waiting long enough? Are you doing enough? Are you waiting long enough? Like, what are the errors? And the way to track this, obviously, is through metrics and data and KPIs. So that's number 7. That's number 8. Now, once we do get that client, we do get that money through the bank, how do we actually deliver the results? Now, this little AI trick has personally saved me hours, a minimum of at least 3 hours per client, and it's called the GHL University. So basically, if you're open to logging into your GoHighLevel, as part of our free gift to you, right, we're going to help you, show you how to install the GHLU into your account, right? So over here in the GHL University Masterclass, there's a link. So there's a snapshot that you can include. These are pre-built automations that can help you get set up, as well as these 20 free grey label videos that teach you, your staff, and your clients about how to get set up with HighLevel. So yeah, what I would do, guys, if I were you, is I would copy and paste this link. So if I click Command C, go into our GoHighLevel account, navigate to the settings section in agency admin view, click on custom menu link, and then paste it over here. And then I would call it, you know, give it maybe videos, and then call it the university. This has it so that now, anytime a client, you know, is interested and you know, struggling to use GoHighLevel, or if they have any questions, you can simply send them over to this link, and they'll be able to watch, learn how GoHighLevel works. There you go. Let me do that. Click save. There you go. Perfect. Now you have it as a custom menu link on the side of your GoHighLevel account, and this has it so that anytime, there you go, anytime anyone has a question, they can navigate to the sidebar, click on university, and then watch through these training videos to get themselves set up on it. This has saved me hours. Saved me so much time. So utilize it. We call it the Getting Started University. There's no mention of GoHighLevel or GHL University at all. It's for you. It's for free. I hope you use it. I hope you found value from these videos. And look, again, as I mentioned to you earlier, there's much more what we have, and we're looking for 30 people to give those free, you know, resources that we have away. So typically, you know, our paying clients have to pay for the service, but I'm looking for 30 people to give this away for free with, and work with side by side to get you guys the best results you can get with GoHighLevel. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. Yeah. Bye. Good luck. Peace.